Pridewind's Captain, Lancer Captain Kells, has ordered me to attend an address being given by Elder Maxon, the Supreme Commander of the Brotherhood of Steel. So here we go.
Brothers and sisters, the road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose and our beneath the Commonwealth. There is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Sith, a robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their Siths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
I don't know what the protocol is about having...
Elder.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
Care about them? I thought we were preparing for war.
The Brotherhood is here to prevent a war by starting one of our own. The difference is, our war won't reduce civilization to ashes.
What do you want from me?
I want you to start taking responsibility for this planet. To start making a difference. And from what I've read in Paladin Dance's reports, you've already begun that journey. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Knight. And, befitting your title, we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
I'll do my best to live up to it.
I'm certain that you will. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Pridwin and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier. Make us proud.
Sir.
Take some time to familiarize yourself with the ship. Then meet me on the flight deck for your mission.
Pretty cool.
Ballonette Alpha at 93%. Compensating.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time, 14 minutes.
I believe you're needed elsewhere right now. We can talk later.
Engine turbines at 87% efficiency.
Recon report. Knight Wagner recording. It appears the intel claiming the old CIT ruins house an entrance to the Institute was incorrect. My scouts and I spent days combing the location for a way in and turned up nothing, other than a couple of minor casualties. When a contingent of synths boxed us into an old tunnel where we were sniffing around. My immediate recommendation would be to follow the trail back on whoever provided that intel. I suspect some wastelander is feeding Proctor Quinlan lies to earn some cash. Nothing new.
Good. Carry on. Congratulations on the promotion, Knight.
Excuse me.
If you're looking for ammunition or weapon mods, Proctor Tegan might have what you need.
Hi.
I'd gladly lay down my life if it keeps humanity from repeating the apocalypse.
I'll administer your exam after you've checked in with Vance and Elder Maxim.
As we undertake our urgent mission in the Commonwealth, I feel that the mental well-being of the crew should remain a top priority for your department. I am well aware that being sequestered aboard this vessel can take its toll. If you observe any issues relating to the stresses that these lengthy missions can cause, I want you to treat it as though a legitimate illness is being reported. If we have any hope of defeating the Institute, we cannot afford to lose this. Even a single soldier to mental instability. I've received your concerns about Proctor Ingram's condition, but I can assure you she is more than capable of handling herself. She's already proven to be an extremely valuable member of this crew. I will not place her on mandatory leave until you've proven to me that she's physically incapable of handling her duties. Knight Captain Cade. Now we have Tegan to Knight Captain Cade. Our latest sweep and retreat patrol came back with some medical supplies. If you have some extra time, head down to the cage and let me know what you want. If there's anything you don't need, I'll use it for trading. We're running a bit low on ammunition supplies. And these medical supplies are as good as caps with locals. From Lancer Captain Kells to Knight Captain Cade, I've finished reading your medical report on Night Sergeant Merrick. The fact that he managed to survive long enough to reach the Pride Wind and deliver his report is absolutely incredible. The sacrifice that he made for the sake of the mission is a testament to his dedication and loyalty. We will be holding a memorial service on the ship's forecastle at sunset this evening. I sincerely hope you'll be able to attend.
Have you ever seen a mutie up close? Man, they're ugly.
They weren't always like that. Super mutants were regular people like you and me.
Yeah, whatever.
Medical report, Night Captain Cade reported. I've been working closely with Scribe Naraya, examining some of the synth bodies that our recon teams have recovered.
Those muties might be...
Even though we have yet to recover the synths that appear completely human, these lesser models are still astoundingly advanced. What's becoming apparent is that the Institute is the most technologically gifted enemy we've ever encountered, and therefore exceedingly dangerous. I've turned over all of my data to Lancer Captain Kells, along with my recommendations for developing effective countermeasures for these synths. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much it will help, given the fact that the real enemy are the synths that could be hiding among us.
We're starting to get infected. Oh my, that sounds unusual. Try and get some rest and drink plenty of liquids if you can.
What do you want? Recon data listings, Hardware Town. Former retail location very likely to contain useful scrap of raw materials. Vault-Tec 75. Vault-Tec constructed vault. Vault-Tec constructed vault in the basement of Malden Middle School. Data suggests vault was created to experiment on children. Robotics. Junkyard littered with remains of pre-war robots. Regional office, bad TFL. Facility was former location of Bureau of Alcohol, Drugs, Tobacco, Firearms, and Lasers. General Atomics Factory. Factory was designed for the manufacture and repair of Miss Nanny robots. Site likely to contain technological artifacts and or documentation as well as spare parts Proctor Ingram might find useful. These entries are my attempt at writing a timeline documenting Elder Maxon's rise within the ranks of the Brotherhood. It's my sincerest wish that these entries will one day be compiled in a classic printed book format and distributed throughout the wasteland. Long live Elder Maxon and long live the Brotherhood. Background. Despite the defeat of the Enclave in the capital wasteland, the Brotherhood of Steel was still an organization divided. The Outcast, a splinter faction that left the safety of the Citadel, still struggled to survive in the capital wasteland, separated from their parent organization. While some of the Brotherhood members within the Citadel had no desire to reunite with their disgraced brothers, many saw the advantage in bolstering their own forces with the warriors already trained and indoctrinated by the Brotherhood of Steel. Surely they could work out any philosophical issues. Enter Maxon. Enter Arthur Maxon, young squire to both Owen and Sarah Lyons, and descendant of the very founder of the Brotherhood of Steel, Roger Maxon. When Elder Owen Lyons died, care of young Arthur Maxon passed to Sarah Lyons, Owen's daughter, who was the named elder in his place. But when Sarah fell in battle shortly thereafter, things became complicated. They fucking already are. The Brotherhood of Steel, based in the Citadel, found itself in need of leadership and began appointing one ineffective elder after another. Accomplishments. As the years passed, the Arthur Maxon grew. So too did his accomplishments. At age 12, while on a training patrol, he killed 2 raiders and saved the squad that was supposed to be escorting him. At age 13, he single-handedly killed a Deathclaw and gained a large facial scar he still has to this day. But it was his victory at age 15 over the super mutant Shepard, who was attempting to reorganize the Capital Wasteland. Super mutants that elevated him to hero-like status. When word of this feat reached the elders back on the West Coast, they knew the time had come. Maxon was ready to lead, and more importantly, to reunite the fragmented Brotherhood of Steel forces on the East Coast. Our new leader. So it was that a year later, when he was only 16 years old, Arthur Maxon brokered a peace with the outcast, reintegrating them into the Brotherhood of Steel, and proving he was as effective a diplomat as he was a warrior. Now reunited, the full force of the Brotherhood of Steel appointed Arthur Maxon as elder, the youngest in Brotherhood of Steel history. Aftermath. Elder Maxon reigned supreme in the Capital Wasteland, and his authority and influence have been spreading across the eastern seaboard, thanks in no small part by the mobility afforded by the Pryden. He has the full support of the elders back on the West Coast, who have proudly reported that they began eradicating cults and have popped up, worshiping Maxon as though he's some kind of god. Maxon himself is almost offended by the idea of being referred to as a deity, as it goes against everything he believes in. Arthur Maxon is happy to be one thing, the perfect human specimen, an example of everything a human being can achieve, assisted, even enhanced by advanced technology, but still very much human. Well, there you go.
I believe we're due for a bit of a chat after you've spoken to Elder Maxon and Paladin
I already
Dance.
tried talking to you.
Quinlan?
I believe we're due for a bit of a chat after you've spoken to Elder Maxon and Paladin Dance.
Well,
I believe
talk.
we're due for a bit of a chat
shut
after
up.
you've spoken to Elder Maxon and Paladin Dance.
So how did it look out there?
We've got a lot of work ahead of us, brother.
I used to be a field scribe. Deathclaw snapping my femur like a twig put an end to that.
Yeah.
There are days I miss being out in the field, usually during lunches. I know what Dickerson said, but it sounds like by preventing a war, we might be starting another one. I'm not sure I'm okay with
Hey there.
Want to sell me some stuff or what?
This is self-service, brother. You take what you need.
Oh, really?
Heads up.
My father and his father were part of the Brotherhood.
Around with a little Nuka-Cola.
thought
Paladin
never
dance.
crossed my mind that I would
There
do
you are.
anything else.
How
What
did it
about
go
you?
with Elder
I
Max?
wasn't always a soldier. I used to move
I was
around.
very
pull
impressed
off
with him.
bounties and
He seems to
find
know
jobs.
what's best for everyone.
Exactly.
We're all here for
Without his determination,
How's that?
we'd be lost. I just hope you appreciate how much of a chance I'm taking bringing you into the fold this quickly. Not to put too fine a point on it,
Right.
but if you screw up,
I'm not
we
gonna
go down
lie.
together.
Getting to fire military-grade weapons was a big draw for me.
I'm not comfortable being watched so closely.
Well, you better get used to it. If you want to remain a part of the Brotherhood of Steel, you're going to have to adjust to the military way of life. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. But first things first. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need to learn your way around this ship and get to know its crew. Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor, I'd recommend taking me along with you.
You can come with me or wait until I'm done. It's up to you.
In that case, I prefer to tag along. If you change your mind, just let me know.
A power level.
Ahem.
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of technology should be confiscated or collected.
Give me a laser rifle and my power armor, and I'll take on the world.
When it comes to keeping the Fridwin running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
There. Try it now.
Nothing. I was supposed to report 10 minutes ago. If you can't
Charging
fix
into
it,
a situation guns blazing is a good way to
You're the
get
one who
yourself
decided
killed.
to kick your way through a firework. Got it.
Why
There
are
it
you
is.
bothering with that junk?
Thanks, brother. I owe you.
Sell it.
So, you're the new recruit I heard about. Not what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
The last batch of recruits we took on were wastelanders. Dirty, beaten up, looking for a handout. They were desperate and looking for an easy out. You look like you're here for a reason. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwin's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
Is this where I get my power armor?
Ha! That's always the first question from the new guys. Let's see. I just fixed up a pretty decent T-60 suit. The left leg actuator's a bit sticky, but it'll keep the creeps off of you. It's sitting in Bay 3. There isn't a day that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
You feel like telling me how you ended up that way?
That's a little personal, don't you think?
Would it help if I promised not to tell anyone else?
Okay, okay. Get you off my back about it. I was fighting with the Brotherhood in the Capital Wasteland. Worked at a staging area for the power armor troops. Our position was along a ridge line overlooking the battlefield. I'd say it was a 100-foot drop, give or take.
That's quite a drop.
The enemy had no way of getting to us up there. It was a perfect liftoff point for the vertibirds. To make a long story short, the ridge I was standing on took a hit from a nuke. Sheared most of the cliff right off, and caused the platform I was standing on to tumble over the side. If I hadn't been test piloting one of the power armor suits at the time, I would have died.
Your power armor helped you survive the fall?
Yeah, it took the brunt of the impact. But I don't know if I'd call it surviving. The suit was trashed after it landed, and I lost both of my legs. Haven't walked since. Anyway, if you need any work done on your power armor, feel free to use the workshops around here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
Put 2 in the head, and they'll stay dead. Advice to live by.
Heard that before.
I prefer laser weapons myself. It's a cleaner shot, leaves that memorable ozone.
Treat your power armor well, get you through anything.
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage, I promise that I won't bite.
Why are you in there?
I'm glad you asked. Now, this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Tegan. The powers that be have me locked in here, so I can keep an eye on the Brotherhood's valuables. If you need to stock up on supplies before you head out on a mission, this is the place to buy them.
Wait, buy them? Since when does the military sell equipment to its own?
Since someone dropped a whole bunch of bombs and blew up every single factory that manufactured weapons, and keeping the Brotherhood supplied takes caps, and everyone contributes. The good news is by having a constant flow of caps, I'm able to buy whatever you... Yeah, I'm mostly interested in weapons, but I'll take anything useful. Of course, if you're just looking to make a few caps on the side, I might have some extra work for you to do.
What sort of extra work are we talking about?
Oh, no. It's nothing like you're thinking. It just involves a little bit of heavy lifting and interacting with the local farms. And since I'm stuck up here manning this one-man zoo, I need someone to do the legwork for me. After you're done with the meet and greet, we can discuss the details. In the meantime, if you ever need anything else, gun, a mod, even ammo, you just let me know.
Tegan.
Remember, come find me when you're done meeting the rest of the crew. Plenty of work if you need it. Come back when you're done introducing yourself.
good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere.
Damn
I'll
it,
get to them as soon as
Scribe.
I
I
can.
told you I didn't want the corners bent. The issues were to be in mint condition.
I'm sorry, Proctor, but this is the only...
What are you doing with all these books?
I suppose I could stop working for a moment to address your question.
Cover to cover.
Which books contain pertinent information?
Technical volumes, repair manuals, design philosophies, medical research. That's why I consider everything else a waste of paper.
Whatever suits you.
Expanding the technological knowledge of the Brotherhood is what suits me. If I can help by weeding out the undesirable works, then so be it. Since it...
Just learning my way around the Prydwen.
Learning your way around? Ah, I see. You're the new recruit that Paladin... Under normal circumstances, I'd provide you with a proper orientation of my... However, I'm woefully behind setting up research patrols and getting bombarded with requests for technical... Unfortunately, I'm lacking the personnel needed to get the job.
What type of technical...
The Brotherhood is medical records.
Sure. Maybe I can lend you a hand.
That would be splendid. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. Anything containing useful technical data. I'm authorized to pay you for each bundle of documents that you recover. And if you wish to be assigned to a research patrol, I have plenty of them waiting to be filled. In any event, it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
Excuse me, Proctor Quinlan.
Please, finish your introductions by all means. But I do hope you'll consider assisting me when you're done.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
What kind of medical exam? I feel fine.
There's nothing to be alarmed about. I just have a few simple questions about your medical history. It's my responsibility to make sure that you don't bring anything up here that could pose a threat to the crew. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First question. As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
Wouldn't Vault-Tech's screening process have caught this already?
Vault-Tech's screening process? Let me check my notes here. You were a Vault Dweller? You're probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. I'm sure you understand. Okay, second question. Have you ever had or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
Have you had problems with the crew catching diseases?
Well, yes. It's not unusual for our recon teams to stumble across contaminated environments or disease. We don't want a single crewman infecting the entire ship. Anyway, this exam is about you, so have you had or come in?
Never been seriously sick in my life.
Good, good. Third question. And please, have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
No. Never have.
Very well. Last question. Would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an enemy of the Brotherhood, whether they're human, formerly human, or machine?
I suppose so.
Good enough. Excellent. I think I've got all the information I need. I see no reason to prevent you from beginning your duties immediately. If you ever need medical assistance, you let me know.
Proctor Quinlan.
Ah, Knight. You have technical documents, perhaps? Or looking to assist on a research patrol?
I've got time to assist on a patrol.
That's the spirit. While our scribes are well trained, combat is not their specialty. Your assigned scribe will meet you at the airport. There, he'll give you the research patrol location. Return with both scribe and data intact, and your mission is complete.
Taking on a Deathclaw without backup is a great way to get yourself killed.
I've served on this vessel for years. It's the only home I know. Feeling creative today?
Our vertibird should give us the air superiority we need to win this war.
Can't talk right now. Gotta clean the Mirelurk scat off my boots. My experience, hot shots and big mouths end up with closed casket funerals.
Superstructure integrity green. Hull plating stable.
Stray radio signals keep pinging the array. Gonna try to filter it out.
Hey.
Hesitating to pull the trigger on any of the Commonwealth scum can be fatal.
Tighten up for me. I'll split the difference. Now, half.
Do you want to do it?
No, I think you've almost got it.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Prydwen's crew, are you ready for your next assignment, brother?
What sort of assignment are we talking about?
The kind of assignment where all of the training you've done finally begins to pay off. Let's get right to it then, shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong, and it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
Super mutants? I thought the enemy was the Institute.
Super mutants are no better than synths. They're a reminder of man's folly when it comes to harnessing technology. Whether it's using biochemistry to manipulate genes. As members of the Brotherhood, it's our sworn duty to exterminate these abominations in every form. So, can I count on you to get the job done?
What do these shells do?
The Fat Man launcher is an essential part of the Brotherhood arsenal. It's a miniature nuclear payload, in a man-portable format. A squad of troops armed with one of these is virtually unstoppable. If you ever have the pleasure of firing one of them, allow me to give you a word of advice. Don't fire one of them in close quarters. There won't be enough of you to bury in a shoebox. That enough to go on?
This seems like a waste of time.
Eager to take the fight to the Institute? Good. Those abominations are playing nursemaid to a human. If we leave Fort Strong unchecked, we have a potential security threat on our hands.
These super mutants are a threat to the security of the airport. We have to deal with them first.
Now, we have use it to carry our message to Fort Strong and wipe those dirty mutants from the face of the earth. Dismissed.